Okay, we got video is fascism, right or left? This is already an alarming question. This shouldn't be a point of contention. Me too. What's going on, guys? I'm Know Nothing Attorney, I know nothing so you can too, because it's only in embracing that we know nothing that we can actually learn anything. And that's what we do here every time we're alive. How y'all doing tonight? Good to see you, Maddie, Little Pound Cakes, Sock Now, Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, Solidarité. Socialisme. I don't know that we need the adoration à la gauchiste française or la révolution française. Oh man, damn. Fuck. No. It's not true. It's pretty good. Doing alright today. Work wiped me out a little bit today, but got to hang out with the kiddo, so it's a good time. Nothing in particular to be excited about today, but I'm just feeling good about stream. Stream feels good, and I got a haircut, so nice. Also got lasagna, a haircut. Oh man, Jack things. Fuck. Frank Big Time, what's going on? It's an interesting question. By the time we have enough organization and power to achieve a revolution, well, that will be enough organization and power to enact change peacefully, like through a constitutional convention. Well, if that's true, but can we get to that without being revolutionary? If that's true, if it's the same amount of willpower for a revolution and for a constitutional convention, wouldn't the latter be better than the former? I would rather people not die for this. And I think it's at least a tool worth trying, considering it is kind of a unique tool that we have, that we can just legally dismantle the federal government. We gave ourselves that tool, so let's try it. Let's try it. What caught y'all's eye today in the news? Quite obviously better, yeah. I see that the Clintons agreed to testify. That's interesting. I do want to pull that up. Any more Epstein news that caught you guys' attention? Your attention? On February 2nd, the Clintons agreed to give depositions to a House committee about Jeffrey Epstein. After missed January dates, negotiations between the Clintons team and committee representatives accelerated. House Rules Committee was considering resolutions to hold the Clintons in criminal contempt, which could have led to prison if prosecuted by the Justice Department. Oh wow, we're actually going to hold people to account for appearing before Congress? Incredible. I was trying to remember who it was off the top of my head that still hasn't appeared. Pretty sure Jim Jordan was supposed to be deposed or appear for a hearing at some point. What is the right wing saying? Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton agreed to testify in the House Oversight Committee's investigation of Jeffrey Epstein after previously refusing subpoenas from the committee. Clinton's compliance follows the committee's move to hold them in criminal contempt for defying subpoenas related to Epstein. Nothing super interesting going on over here. Just stuff they were already supposed to appear for. Pink noise reduces REM sleep. What's pink noise? And y'all got real quiet. By simulating modern urban noises, the study found disruptions to REM sleep and deep sleep, which support memory, emotional regulation, and regeneration. Oh. I need more REM sleep? Is that why I have memory issues? Been speaking to my French comrades, have been learning French while doing so that I can communicate clearly, but I've been learning a lot about the foundations of socialism within France, when socialism was just a prototype politically. And it has informed my broader scope of democracy that I never would have thought it would. It has been eye-opening, but I don't delve into utopianism part of it. I usually focus on more of the material concerns of the people in France at that time. Sorry, my girl was yapping. That's interesting, Sock now. You know a lot of French folks? Federal agents to use body cams? Is that so? Y'all seen all the doctored pictures of Alex Preddy? That's insane, right? Oh, and ICE released Liam Ramos. Man, all the conditions that we keep hearing about on the detainees is just monstrous. That's a rad picture. This is Minnesota. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on Minnesota. Klobuchar leads all GOP candidates by 14 to 20%. Oh boy. GC Expert, first time chatter. How's it going? How you doing? I'm hoping that you came here for the prompt in the title. It was hilarious. One time in his chat, my French comrade, a monarchist, came in wanting to restore the French monarchy. Your French comrade, the monarchist, or a monarchist came into your French comrade's chat? And we were dunking on him so hard. Some of the reasons why I know the words is most of the words are in Spanish as well. I mean, yeah, romantic languages, like learning one really helps you learn a lot of them. I don't understand how somebody can be a monarchist today. It was really weird. I was hanging out with my friend and his wife for, I guess, 4th of July last year. And his wife's younger sister was just like, you know, people have King George all wrong. He actually did a lot of like good things. He was a good ruler, and people have got it wrong. They've like demonized him. Like, he was a king. You know that, right? He was a king. And she was like, well, I mean, that's not necessarily bad. I'm like, okay, you know, it's 4th of July, right? Some people just like the taste of boots. Some people just want a daddy, I guess. GC expert, you still here? Oh. Discord, come back. Or OBS, come back. Rand Paul. Tread on me, daddy. More boot, more boot. I'll tap out. I'll tap out. More boot until I tap out. Just read the start of the Declaration of Independence again. Just do it. Whoa. I mean, yeah. Okay, this is the whole Declaration of Independence. You kind of did it a little bit more than just the beginning. Some people just need to get out of the closet. I mean, we should go back to... I do have our Declaration of Independence open. We should go back and add to it. A lot more has happened. All right, we got politics. What's going on? Texas Democrats sworn into House. Shrinking GOP margin to 1 vote. 1 vote in the House? Damn. Damn. I think it's way more nurture than nature, but some people are just hierarchists through and through. They actively want people above them to kowtow to, and people below them to abuse. Steven in YouTube chat, you're against the Republican Party but support Democrats? Steven, I support moving the Overton window to the left. I wouldn't say that I support the Democratic Party, I just support them more than the Republican Party. And in a first-past-the-post system, you either move the Overton window left or you move the Overton window right. And only one of those is a reasonable option. Are you a right-wing supporter, Steven? I'm back now. I actually support the Democratic Party. Do you, Maddie? I feel like there's a lot they're not doing. Should have used Trivago, first time chatter. You know Maddie? Maddie's a good person to know. She knows a lot of people. And she knows a lot of shit. I don't support... Steven in YouTube chat says I don't support either. I've checked out. Well, checking out is a good way to let things just get worse. It's pointless. Well, I'm not so much doom and gloom over here. I like to think that something can be done. Because they're the biggest direct competition and pushback against the GOP at their own level. I mean, that's a fair point. Like, maybe we should support the Democratic Party with more enthusiasm. It's like, if like people come up here all the time and just say I can't support them because of what's going on in Gaza, and in that case it's kind of hard for me to like full-throatedly like support them. I get that, but I do just want to move the Overton window left. Doesn't mean they can't do more. Yeah, like it's just it's a matter of what you mean by support. Like, I don't give any kind of loyalty or allegiance to the Democratic Party. I don't think the Democratic Party represents my values. If you want the Democratic Party to do more on your own level, then be more involved with them, not less. That's true. That's true. All Democrats backed Sanders' push to repeal $75 billion for ICE to undo Medicaid cuts. Yay? Are y'all gonna have enough votes for that? I'm anti-establishment, so I care about it going further left, meaning I'm very opposed to billionaires. Billionaires ruin life for everyone. Absolutely everyone. Including themselves. Especially locally, for sure. Calls to impeach Bondi Mount after nude photos of possible victims released in Epstein files. Wow. Y'all are taking all this extra time to supposedly redact things. Congresswoman Yasmin Ansari on Sunday called for the impeachment of U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi after the Department of Justice published dozens of unredacted nude photos of young women or teenagers as part of its legally required release of files related to deceased sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The DOJ released the final batch of documents on Friday, well beyond the December 19th deadline established by the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Although President Donald Trump signed the law, illegal Donald Trump signed the law, his ties to the late billionaire and heavy redactions of previously released records have fueled concerns about the process. Did they do this on purpose? To be like, look, you're trying to rush us. This is what happens. Billionaires and even Elon Musk, a trillionaire. I'm not a supporter of trillionaires. Elon getting denied access to the island on Christmas Day was wild. Yeah. I enjoyed watching that episode of Elon Depressed last night. Or Saturday night. That was enjoyable. Hadn't watched that in a while. While reviewing the more than 3 million pages published last week, New York Times journalists found nearly 40 unredacted images of nude bodies and the faces of the people portrayed. That's a weird way to phrase that. A really weird way to phrase that. Yeah. You're gonna die alone with... You don't have real friends? He got so upset. And not like in a raging way, just like a defeated way. And the fact that it was right after he ran away from Doge, I was just like, yeah, eat actual shit. Eat actual shit. You eat that cat poop. Maddie, did you recover all right from Molly's freakout last night? So middle school. Who told Musk about the island parties? Fuck. Okay, how do we uninvite him? I guess I have to email him back saying they're canceled. Flagging the report on social media late Sunday, Ansari declared that this is an indefensible and horrifying disregard for the victims by Trump's DOJ. They're still withholding the full Epstein files, and rich and powerful men continue to evade accountability for their heinous crimes. Attorney General Pam Bondi should be impeached. I mean, at this point, just pass a law like creating an independent task force and send them in to wherever the DOJ has the documents. Congress can do this. Just keep the executive branch out of it. Had to take a shower, I could still smell soy sauce. Since Friday, survivors of Epstein's abuse... That's rough, Maddie. Since Friday, survivors of Epstein's abuse have also slammed the DOJ, with 18 of them saying in a joint statement that the latest release is being sold as transparency. But what it actually does is expose survivors. Once again, survivors are having their names and identifying information exposed, while the men who abused us remain hidden and protected. It's the most insane, inconsistent methodology for redacting things. We're redacting whole photos with Donald Trump in them, and then we're like showing full nude images of minors. Jesus Christ. Good secular Jesus Christ. I always try to keep in mind that they're not above throwing out fake emails with real ones, but this one felt more fake than most, just as a gut feeling. Like they're just trying to, like, sink Musk. This is what happens when you turn on us. Outside of the actual, what the actual fuck type emails? Yeah. The Lake Michigan story. Fire alarm alert as Trump says Republicans ought to nationalize the voting. Oh, yeah. Too bad you literally can't do that. Like, you have zero opportunity for authority to do that. States are gonna run their fucking elections. President Donald Trump on Monday declared that the Republican Party should nationalize the voting in the U.S. and take away individual states' power to administer their elections. And you know all the Republican voters are going to say, well, yeah, you think if Trump isn't running their election, they're going to be fair elections? By the way, you should be coming up on affiliate soon. Aren't I affiliate? What do I... Trump brand elections, yeah. I mean, my dashboard still says path to affiliate, but I've had all of those requirements ticked off for... Try running 1 minute of ads per hour? Yeah, I could run an ad. Haven't enabled channel points. Like, there isn't... I don't see a thing... that like I need to do to progress the steps to be affiliate. Not that you have to have channel points, but that's always the bit that communicates it to me. Yeah, be a typical cappy, run those ads. Well, you know, we all live in capitalism. Oh, good morning, Dostork. Well, we might have ads sometime in the future. We'll see. I'll look at that later. Yeah, we do need to come up with rewards. I'm really glad that I have days off from streaming now so that I can work on stuff like that. It'll be a lot easier to work on other stuff when I don't have this huge side project going on. I'm proud of you. That's supposed to be free. People have to turn in points for like their punch card for attention from me. Well, speaking of Dan Bongino, a former FBI deputy director and current podcaster, oh my god, that turned back around fast. Trump rehashed the false allegations he's made in the past about Democrats only winning elections through the help of undocumented immigrants. I mean, the White House website says that Democrats stole the 2020 election. Dad jokes, 5-0, man. I have to have those off the top of the dome? I appreciate you guys trying to come up with stuff. Alright, let's mute the music. Oh, law dad jokes. We're just going to get worse and worse.
These people were brought to our country to vote, and they vote illegally. And amazing that the Republicans aren't tougher on it. The Republicans should say, we want to take over. We should take over the voting in at least 15 places. The Republicans ought to nationalize the voting. And we have.
What a socialist wanting to nationalize institutions. Commie piece of shit. The fact that people still believe this stuff is like, I can't believe that we let the world get to such a point. And when I say we, I mean our political sphere. We let people believe stuff like illegal people are voting, and We just didn't do anything about it. There are so many people out there who are unwilling to check themselves on just like stuff that is already ridiculous to believe in the first place. I know, that's the point, little pound cakes. Yeah, really wish the Biden administration would have had more accountability for the Trump administration. Really wish they had done more. Sure, the GOP was going to try to obstruct every step of the way, but you could have done more. Should have gotten rid of Eileen Cannon. God, why can't I think of his name right now? The guy who was supposed to be a Supreme Court justice. Why can't I think of his name? Damn. No, not Jack Smith. Gorsuch. No, the head of his Garland. Thank you, Merrick Garland. Um, Merrick Garland. I was expecting so much more, and like just nothing. Yeah, I do need that REM sleep. I need less pink noise. Like, why didn't he have more like desire to do more, considering his role in history, what had already happened with him? Like, I guess maybe he was concerned that it would look like politicized, like he had a personal vendetta. Well, as I understand it, Maddie, most of it was still under seal up until like the last couple months of the Biden administration, and at that point, they were too concerned with looking political to do anything about it. Um, no, not politicized. Oh no, we're the left is still so concerned with like looking proper. Um, and I mean, Congress could have done anything about it, could have done whatever they wanted about it at any time. They could have done the Epstein Files Transparency Act at any time. It's outing a sociopathic pedophile, yeah, and everyone else, right? Still got to wonder who the all the Biden friends in the Epstein files must be. Oh no, I agree. I'm with you. Yeah, they should have just released it in the last couple months and said fuck it. Especially once they lost the election. Once they lost the election, fuck, release it all. I'm gonna put more blame on Congress, honestly. I mean, yeah, GOP and GOP adjacent through money, billionaires, etc.
States that are so crooked and they're counting votes. We have states that I won that show I didn't win. Now you're going to see something in.
Guys, he sounds real old. He is sounding real old. Haven't even touched on the potential cases involving male victims. I mean, besides Donnie,
Georgia, where they were able to get with a court order the ballots.
I
You
mean,
see
yeah,
some
at least
interesting
one.
things come out. But like the 2020 election, I won that election by so much. Everybody does it. They put a woman in jail. Colorado put a woman in jail. A wonderful woman, 72 years old, had cancer because she was a voting inspector. She was in charge of a voting area, and she saw boxes of votes come in. So she went over to check it, and they put her in jail for voter manipulation, and she's still in jail. And they better let her out fast, and they're suffering a big price.
Is he talking about the woman he tried to pardon? Or was that Arizona? Trying to pardon a state prisoner.
Colorado. They have this woman in jail who's 71 years old and probably has cancer. She's sick. And they put her in because she challenged somebody that was dumping ballots into a box, okay? And they didn't put them in jail. This was during Biden's term. The worst president in history.
He is probably talking about three different people. You're right.
Hussein Obama, I call him the Great Divider.
Or just a made-up person.
People couldn't stand him. You mentioned his name, they go crazy. They start booing the hell out of him. We had some really bad ones. I mean, Jimmy Carter wasn't exactly the greatest. Jimmy Carter didn't exactly have the hit on Venezuela.
Talking about people booing Joe Biden, and we're talking about the president who doesn't want to attend the Super Bowl because he knows how bad that would be. He knows how bad it would be. Can you imagine a president not wanting to attend the Super Bowl? That's crazy. They go all the time, right? They tell me she's the most unfairly treated person in history. Did he say that?
On Venezuela that I remember his hits, they always turned out to be a disaster. Right. He went out, he had a hit, the helicopters were crashing into
Biden better not die before him. I swear to God, do not give Trump that W.
Ronald Reagan won the election, was so pathetic. But we do it right. We've got the greatest military. I built the military. You know that in my first term. I built the military.
What are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? I've run out of things to talk about. Better pump up the American military. Ooh.
Military, even though they gave a piece of it away, but it's a lot, but it's still a piece compared to what I built. We have the most powerful military. And my attack on Iran with, Operation Midnight Hammer, where we wiped out their nuclear threat, which they would have had a nuclear weapon within a month, and we knocked it out.
No, George Washington let the Brits take over our airports during the Revolutionary War. He was a trash American president. Trump being at Tripoli? What? What you talking about, Maddie?
And our attack on Venezuela was, unbelievable. And the nice thing about Venezuela, we're getting along great now with the government. We talk to them every single day. We took 50 million barrels of oil. It's on its way right now to Houston to be refined. And we're going to help them a lot, and we're going to benefit by it also. It's going to be great. It's going to be an amazing place. It was a great...
And all our soldiers are going to be swimming in oil against the windmills. The Biden immigrants, they're eating cats all over the voting machines. Ugh. They say it was the best cat eating you've ever seen. Migrants. Didn't he actually say that at one point? Should call them migrants. I forgot that. Oh, that's so dumb. Oh my God. Tulsi Gabbard faces classified whistleblower complaint. What does this mean? The DNI, Tulsi Gabbard, has been accused of wrongdoing by a whistleblower, but the complaint is so highly classified that it has so far been kept from Congress. Officials familiar with the matter told the outlet that there had been ongoing wrangling behind the scenes over the complaint, which Gabbard herself had stonewalled, they claimed. One official said disclosing the document filed last May. Yo, what? could cause grave damage to national security. What? Monday saw calls for an investigation into Gabbard's actions surrounding the case. After nearly 8 months of taking illegal actions to protect herself, the time has come for Tulsi Gabbard to comply with the law and fully release the disclosure to Congress. Holy shit, she literally looks like Julia Louis-Dreyfus in the Marvel movies. What's up, Evelyn? The best cat eating ever. They'll tell you with tears running down their face. Mr. President, I did all of this cat eating for you. What, the show Veep? What is the name of the character? Valentina. Oh. There she is. Supported Tulsi in the 2020 primaries. Isn't she like a Russian stooge? I feel like I remember that being like a big thing about her. I feel like it was like as far back as like 2016. Yeah, I've just never trusted her. I mean, I think it was farther back than that. I mean, I think she has been like an independent party candidate for years now. Nationalize elections. Here we are. We're here. Oh boy. Ooh, lived in Hawaii at the time. Uh-oh. Sometimes I wonder how my MAGA coworker is doing with all this. Like, I stopped talking to her about this stuff before Alex Preddy, before nationalizing elections was a thing, before the most recent tranche of Epstein files. I don't want to like be as crushed as I would be to talk to her about those things. Hillary tried to out her as Russian connected without actually saying her name. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, if you can find a link to that, I would love to see that. FBI source claimed Trump visited Epstein's home just before announcing presidential run. Please don't fuck me on this, Jeffrey. Please. Don't fuck me again. Just don't fuck me on this one. Trump calls into Dan Bongino's first show and insists Republicans... Oh, yeah. Cool. Everything's cool. Everything's great. Sued her. Ooh. Ooh, I bet that one didn't go to trial. Ooh. Grooming. I mean, I think grooming is a polite way to put it. Feel like that ship has sailed. Listen, guys, if somebody sues me for defamation or any of this shit, I'll go to trial. What have I got to lose? Yeah, see you in Discovery. Let's go. Oh. This giant fucking banner on the top of the screen. What the fuck? Look at this fucking banner. There's no way to close this. CNN just has this at the top of their page. In case you wanted me to push SAS AI in healthcare. We were a proper country in 2019. Wow. I mean, we already had the perfect phone call at that point. Like, I constantly feel like I am less likely to buy your product if you shove it in my face. If I see your ads, I am going to hate you. But then I sit there and wonder, I'm like, but are there products I buy because I recognize the brand name because they shove it in my face? Have I been fooled? Where in my life have I been fooled? I don't know. Former Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton said Thursday the Russians are currently grooming a Democrat running in the presidential primary to run as a third-party candidate and champion their interests. A Democrat running in the presidential primary. If you play ads, I'm going to hate you. That's fair. That's fair. What do I need the money for? What? There. Clinton never names Gabbard, but there are only 5 women running for president. Gabbard, Harris, Warren, Klobuchar, and Williamson. Did she say a woman? Doesn't look like... Y'all didn't say she's running. Oh, I skipped over something. I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who is currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's the favorite of the Russians. Gabbard responded on Twitter Friday afternoon to Clinton's comments. Thank you, @Hillary Clinton. You, the queen of warmongers, embodiment of corruption, and personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party for so long. There's some populist language. There's some Russian playbook there. Maddie, you want some ad revenue? Every time I run an ad, be like, y'all tune in for this. This one's for Maddie. Maddie does the work on this channel. Ads have merit studies have shared, and there's a big keyword, but it's not the entire system of marketing, and I think marketers need to understand this. What do you mean ads have merit? I mean, the disturbing thing now is like, what do they call that? Fucking old man brain here. The AI content creators, God, why can't I remember that term? The people who are just going on their like AI Instagrams and pushing products. Influencers. AI influencers. Oh, if you want to sell a product? Oh, yeah. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising, right? Turns out Hillary was right all along. I mean, well, yeah. That pisses off the left so much. I mean, I think they've known she was right the whole time. They just didn't like her. Problem was they felt about her the way Tulsi Gabbard talked about her. Alright, let's turn off the music. Hey, what the I did not ask for that.
Artificial intelligence influencers are a growing industry, with some AI models gaining hundreds of thousands of followers and getting increasingly lucrative sponsorship deals. Aitana is one of the world's most popular AI models, known for her stylish pink hair. The BBC's cyber correspondent Joe Tidy reports.
A photo shoot with no model. She's not late, though. She doesn't exist. Aitana is an AI model. Since she was created around a year ago, she's
Oh my
amassed a
god,
big
her
following
name
and is
literally
making
starts with
thousands a
AI.
month for her
Her name
Barcelona-based
starts with
agency.
AI.
We intend to always try to make it as similar as what an influencer would do. We take a picture with me in the image, and we have to replace it with AI. So we have to play a little bit with lights and shadows.
It's
to
like
make it
I
as
am
real as
Aitana.
possible. Maybe the Barcelona as the background is gonna be more interesting.
Touch-ups used to take around a day, but now it's a few hours because of how the AI's improved so much. Here's the final product. The studio says they can get thousands of pounds a month for sponsored posts and endorsements with Aitana. Her virtual life is built for her mostly male fans, a key demographic for these AI models. Some find the message they're sending to boys and girls
Why are
troubling.
men so stupid?
I see huge issues with the rise of AI models and influencers. I think they're setting an unrealistic beauty standard that is close enough to being real that a lot of people who follow them don't realize they're not real, especially teenagers, young teen girls.
Aitana is marketed as a fitness-loving woman who lives a healthy lifestyle. She's even been sponsored by nutrition and sports brands.
But I mean, like, I
Is there a
guess that
problem
I
where
don't get
you're,
social media,
promoting
period,
a
so...
body image of someone that is, you know, in many ways perfect, and there are some people, some of your followers, that say, I wish I had that body?
In the beginning, we tried to make more curvy models, for example, or more not standardized models, and clients didn't like that. But you can see this everywhere in publicity.
What did
Comparing
Bernie
her
say
to
about this?
The rest of the influencers, she looks the same as the rest.
The agency started creating more models with more diverse looks, including some men too, although apparently marketeers aren't as interested in male AI models. The latest project is for a major car company. The brief?
I titser? About the Trump campaign first time? Huh? What, the Trump campaign used AI? Bruh. Go back. There we go. trying to put tits in Aitana? Medical examiner rules petty death a homicide. No shit. Wow. Thank you, medical examiner.
The church shared this video. It shows a man being chased by federal agents. North Hills United Methodist Church, along with other religious and community organizations, came to...
What's actually important? Oh, that the medical examiner said it? Oh, it's we're in good shape because they didn't fuck with the medical examiner? Okay.
Together this morning to hold that news conference to denounce immigration enforcement actions after this happened last Thursday. They say federal immigration authorities entered the church parking lot wearing masks and carrying weapons during a food distribution event at the church.
Archaeology? I like how Steven came into YouTube chat just to say that why support any political side, it's pointless, and then just disappeared. Thought you were an archaeologist. You're in forensics? Forensic anthropology. Wow. So what does that actually entail for work, Maddie?
According to church members, Carlos Chavez, a beloved community member, was taken into federal custody. The pastor said Chavez was a taco vendor and a father of 3. Church leaders say Chavez ran onto the parking lot as federal agents chased him. They say it was a terrifying and traumatic experience for the children and families who were here and witnessed it.
No shade, Maddie, no shade. Well, that's fair. That's totally fair. That's always really hard for me to imagine. Like my friend was asking me advice the other night about, like, she wants to get her own apartment and she also kind of wants to get the fuck out of here, but also she's like, my parents rely on me for income, and like, what should I do? And I'm just sitting there going, you're asking the wrong person. Because like, as much as I would love to, I'll support you and I'll be here for anything you need, I have no love for my family at all. I don't love them as people. So I don't understand that urge that a lot of people have to be that person for their extent, like their family. And like I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's really just hard for me to get in that headspace. Like I guess I wish that I had that much care for my family. I'm telling you, I keep hearing this ICE stuff and it ticks me off as a Latino. Well, no shit, dude. It ticks me off as a white boy. I really wish my people had the wherewithal to understand the broader context. Yeah. I was listening to Dylan Burns earlier today, and just like him voicing what I've been feeling forever. Is just like, American Christianity is bought. So anybody who comes here with their Christianity is going to fall into the deep hole of corporatized Christianity, praising the wealthy as chosen of God. And so that heavily applies to all of the Catholics who come in, and the Catholics who hate the Pope over Donald Trump. Whoa. The officers who killed Renee Good appear to have violated ICE's own use of force policies. Which ICE? Which ICE are we talking about? Oh, what is this? No thank you. Tulsi Gabbard, Mike Flynn, Paul Manafort, Donald Trump, Russia, Russia, Russia. Yeah, this is not going to be a fun 7 months or 9 months.
All the ages down.
It's like, if we thought it was bad for the past 2 months, it's going to get so much worse. We're going to see a lull here for like maybe 3 months. Like, I'm going to cross my fingers, and this is going to be hopeful. This is a positive outlook. We're going to get a lull for 3 months. We're going to get a lull until, I'll say 4 months. It's going to be June. We're going to get to that summer period where things heat up and everybody starts losing their shit. And then from June to November, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. It's not as bad as that with Catholics. It's that deep money is being used to support hardcore Catholic groups like Opus Dei and SSPX. The current Pope is slowly getting rid of the hardcore right-wing American bishops. Oh, thank God. He should know, right?
Upstairs, they didn't know what was going on. They was even shocked that I was back into custody. First they was like, Harrison, please come outside, we want to talk to you. I was like, no, for what? I just checked in like a week ago, so I know I'm good. Do you have a warrant? They said, no, we don't have a warrant. I was like, okay, go come back with a warrant, and I'll let you in. I could probably say like 10 or 15 ICE agents and cars in the front. Everybody on the block was outside.
What warrant? Wait.
Jesus Christ.
The ICE agents are weird, man. They took trophy pictures with their personal phones. One stood by me on the right side of me, one stood on the left side of me, and they went like thumbs up and took pictures with their personal phones. And I wasn't the only one they did that to. They did that to everybody, and then took me in the building to booking, pat me down, then cut the bracelet off.
They actually called his cell phone, and I answered, and she's like, where's Garrison? And I'm like, huh? She's like, where's Garrison? He doesn't have his ankle monitor on. Where is he? And I was like, you took him. And she's like, I'm not even in Minnesota.
So the department that is responsible for monitoring you all of these past 17 years didn't even know
where he was.
Everybody in the holding tank
Christ.
has shackles on. So imagine trying to walk around everybody with shackles on. You got to use the bathroom in front of everybody.
Seems like the whole point was humiliation, wasn't it?
I didn't even know Vance was Catholic. Opus Dei seems very much like prosperity gospel to me. New Pope is woke. Opus Dei is huge with the Federal Society, yeah. Of course he converted. Of course. Jonathan Ross is making a snuff film. I'm not familiar with Jonathan Ross.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like.
Oh my God.
And I said, like, how can y'all deport me? And I've been following all these instructions for all these years. And the guy was like, it's above my pay grade. Got home, my family was there, gave everybody hugs, and we just celebrated.
Actually went to the neighbors.
Oh, yeah.
Have a good day at work, Dot Stark.
Late at night.
I was supposed to go check in the next day. I wake up in the morning. We
Oh,
drive to the
Jonathan
building.
Ross, right.
They come out, said,
He's making a
I'm being
snuff
taken
film?
back
What the fuck?
into custody.
He was
You mean when he was... Do you mean when he was recording with his phone? I continue questioning these assumptions. They thought nuclear family issues, anti-abortion, these were the two issues that they voted on. How does deporting your own people strengthen the nuclear family, couple family members? Yeah, they're literally surrendering their free will to people, telling them what is, like, should be their platform as individuals. They are surrendering the development of their own moral code to people who are buying it, essentially. Don't let Republicans buy your morals.
And I could hear them in the background like, why is he here? They did not know what was going on, like why he was back, why he was rearrested.
Where it's clear that one part of ICE is doing something, but the other part of ICE has no idea what's going on.
Little pound cakes, I won't call that an unreasonable belief at all.
Responsible for your order of supervision. There's always been a systematic way of doing a deportation if that's going to happen. And it just seems that there's no systems here. Somebody
You also
said
shouldn't be being deported.
We have to make a symbol of Mr. Gibson, and so just do whatever it does, whatever it takes to do it. There was no systematic.
God damn. Pulitzer Board demands complete and unredacted copy of Mueller report in Discovery as Trump decries defamatory words backing Russia probe awards. What? What? Yo, what? What's happening? Don't get me excited. The Mueller report was legit. I wish he had the balls to recommend criminal charges. Some of these titles are just Mad Libs. Do you mean as in the like fun puzzle book, or as in angry libtards? If Donald Trump intends to pursue his lawsuit against Pulitzer Prize board members to the end, the defendants are demanding that the president's legal team hand over a complete copy of former special counsel Robert Mueller's report. Putting to the test through discovery, Trump's claims that a defamatory board statement backing Russia probe reporting awards harmed his reputation. Ooh. Ooh. How much I want to bet this lawsuit's going to be dropped? On Friday in Okeechobee County, Florida, where Trump has also filed several notices of board member depositions for the coming weeks, the defendants formally sought a complete and unredacted copy of the Mueller report and all documents and communications exchanged between Trump and Mueller's team. When Trump first filed the lawsuit in 2022, he sought to hold the Pulitzer board member defendants liable for the following statement that backed New York Times and Washington Post awards following independent reviews of the 2017 coverage, a statement rebuffing his demands to rescind the prizes. The Pulitzer Prize Board has an established formal process by which complaints against winning entries are carefully reviewed. In the last 3 years, the Pulitzer Board has received inquiries, including from former President Donald Trump about submissions from the New York Times and the Washington Post on Russian interference in the U.S. election and its connections to the Trump campaign. Submissions that jointly won the 2018 National Reporting Prize. These inquiries prompted the Pulitzer Board to commission 2 independent reviews of the work submitted by those organizations to our national reporting competition. Both reviews were conducted by individuals with no connection to the institutions whose work was under examination, nor any connection to each other. The separate reviews converged in their conclusions that no passages or headlines, contentions, or assertions in any of the winning submissions were discredited by facts that emerged subsequent to the conferral of the prizes. Whoa, wordy. Thank you, Maddie. Yeah, it's just like Taco Trump. It just takes the littlest amount of pushback. I keep asking more than these questions, but these are just a few. Like the pretensity is what pisses me off. They think off of pretense, not reality. Yep, everything is like, what words can I come up with to justify my current position? What mishmash of words. Trump argued that because the Pulitzer Prize is the pinnacle of American journalistic achievement, the award carries very important connotations, and the board member statement damaged his reputation, profession, and business, wrongfully implying criminal, wrongful, and un-American conduct on his part by giving authoritative credence to, in his words, Russia collusion hoax reporting. Well, that's because there was Russian collusion. And hell, sue me. The Trump administration, the Trump campaign team, did collude with representatives of the Kremlin. They won't sue me, they'll just kill me, right? I don't have enough weight behind me to make me worthy of suing. I'll just have an accident. Let's check out Mueller, She Wrote. Speaking of Mueller. I read thousands of pages of Epstein files this weekend, trying to understand what he wanted out of his meeting with 4chan's Christopher Poole. Here's everything we know about Epstein's plans to dismantle the internet and eventually democracy. Epstein, possibly the most prolific sex trafficker in human history, spent the last decade of his life investing in technology that would help Russia, as he wrote in a 2013 email, leapfrog the global community by reinventing the financial system of the 21st century. He was fascinated by websites like 4chan and technology like Bitcoin, and was personally invested in the success of far-right politicians in the US and Europe. Interesting to think that the prevalence of Bitcoin in the American zeitgeist was manufactured. Also, on the Venezuela situation, I ask myself, even in a capitalist conservative Hispanic position, because I know what that position is, how does this build a corporate South America? How does you, as Venezuelan who don't get a dividend off of this oil, how does that support a strong capitalist South American? Man, I'm far left and I can smell inauthenticity of values from here. Yeah, for real. He believed he was months away from ushering in a new world order that would allow him to continue with his monstrous passion projects, like creating a super race of children with his own DNA and building fascist nation states to manage overpopulation and climate collapse. And he wined and dined the world's most powerful men, none of whom seemed to have an issue with these ideas, inviting them to his island and his ranch, and made sure they were surrounded by an endless supply of young girls. And I'm just not sure what we're supposed to do with that knowledge. Populist politics, online disinformation, cyber warfare, and cryptocurrency were all just scaffolding for his work as a financier and sex trafficker. A way to destabilize... Did he do any finance work at all? A way to destabilize the global order, make connections with the world's elites, and continue enriching himself and preying on vulnerable young girls. Yeah. Her job is to fabricate 2024 election interference to justify Trump seizing voting machines in upcoming elections and justify the nationalization of elections so he can control them. Go figure. Apparently there was a city meeting in Hutchins, Texas tonight. Hutchins is the location of DHS's newly announced 10,000 person concentration camp. What I've been told is that city officials were unanimously and adamantly opposed to it. Unfortunately, I'm seeing this nowhere online. So you see why I look at them in the way that I do. They lied through their teeth, because it's very fascinating and very interesting comments on how they look at things. I mean, yeah, conservatives everywhere, on every subject, are lying constantly. Both talking heads and voters. They will lie about anything. They will lie to get out of owning their own positions. They will lie to support their positions, and they'll lie to get out of them. The number of people currently in ICE custody is now over 73,000. I'm kind of disturbed by the fact that they had to follow that up with the most in history. Were we close? Were we close? Fucking foreigners, fucking gays. I love you, Jesus. Fucking poor people. It's pretty good. This is why I say churches are just clubs for hateful people. It is a hateful person club. That's one of my more inflammatory takes, but that has been my experience. If you want to understand the philosophy, ideology, plan Tim is referring to, I explained this in this post. Peter Thiel, oh, here's Timothy Snyder. Peter Thiel has been open about this for a long time. Trump is a way to break the republic, which can then be replaced by free economic zones, with oligarchs as dictators and tech as a taskmaster for helpless humans without any rights. Cool. Terrifying. Awful. I mean, how far are we from conservatives saying that we should just dispose of the entire concept of government? What does government ever really do for you anyway? Aren't they incompetent at everything you want them to do? Yeah, because of you, asshole. You are what's wrong with government, period. It's tempting to think of MAGA as a single movement, but it's really a composite of several factions with parallel agendas in play. Yep, this is why I say that the only thing that binds them is propriety. They're all allowed to have their own ideas of what is proper, so long as they don't conflict with each other. They are allowed to, they consider it a functioning alliance. Fascism, oh yeah, Christian nationalist tech bros, and right-wing violent extremists. Yep. Yep. God damn it. Because in a Hispanic conservative sense, the one that I know is the libertarian capitalist, small government, free market, proud Hispanic movement. All I see is just people who want to have the same territorial status as Puerto Ricans. I'm telling them you don't want this system, but they don't listen. Just because you team up with the strongest market doesn't mean you're strong. In fact, weak team members with a strong team member makes a weaker team. Yeah, and it makes you easily bullied. Yeah. Fuck all this. Fuck all this right here. I wish that I could just like... I wish we could have a timeline branch. And we could fast forward along that timeline branch and just show, like, working class fascists, working class racists. This is what your ideal looks like. It is not what you want. It does not help you. God damn. First, you need to build a strong, productive force, but you can't do that without a strong labor movement. But no, they are ignorant. They can't think that way, and I hate saying this about my people. Elaney, hi. I'm just gonna sit here and look over at this and be sad for a minute. Why are you people so satisfied being miserable curmudgeons? Still be sad about fascism? I'll be sad about fascism until I die. Till the fascists kill me. Hispanic brilliance points. What? DHS is setting up a huge network of camps. They are converting the US as a region for expeditionary military deployment and no bid, no public comment contracts to build a ghost network of 10,000 person concentration camps. $45 billion increase published just weeks ago converts the US into a geographic region for expeditionary military-style detention. It signals a massive long-term escalation in the government's capacity to pay for detention and deportation logistics. In the world of federal contracting, it is the difference between a temporary surge and a permanent infrastructure. Yeah. Alright. The world needs to fucking buckle up and realize that we're not just going to wait until November. Things are going to get bad. They are not just going to wait until November. They aren't just going to let the Democrats waltz on in. They're going to try to take over all the election infrastructure. They're going to try to take over the election processes, and they are going to do it by force. It's gonna get rowdy, y'all. 2026 is the year America is going to get rowdy. And I don't want that. I don't want it. Oh. It makes me sad. I think the world needs different trading partners than the US, and I hate saying it. Sock, now you are on like a whole different wavelength. Like what my concerns are. I understand that your concerns reach a little bit beyond the US, but I'm in the middle of this. Task orders allow DHS to bypass the months-long public bidding process for every new facility. When the contract says task orders are issued when specific dates and locations are identified, it means the infrastructure is currently a ghost network that can be materialized anywhere in the US the moment a site is picked. Why can't I click? Stop. The services extend to medical waste management with specific protocols for biohazard incinerators. Man. I can't process this. We've been on a road from... Y'all are telling me we've been on a road from the US winning World War II with nukes to becoming the Nazis that they defeated? Now they are the Nazis with nukes. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just... I mean, with what happened to Alligator Alcatraz, this only means one thing. I hope everyone understands what this means. They are going to disappear people into incinerators. I'm going to save this one. I don't know why I can't see the image that says... Oh. And they'll tell you it's their fault for being immigrants. For being here illegally. You are asking to be disappeared into an incinerator. I don't know why I can't see this image. Is it this way? No? Oh, okay. Got it. I see. Well, OMG Sticks, I'm about to sign off for the night. I'm just being severely traumatized by this image about American concentration camps. Getting our own incinerators. Trump, we need so bad 2024. What's up, Trump? We need so bad. Are you in support of U.S. concentration camps with incinerators? Are you aware that DHS is buying up land to create concentration camps across the country? And apparently the orders include protocols for biohazard incinerators. Hi, it's just Alira. At a minimum, incinerators are for disposing of bodies for people that die because the people running the place are too brutal. That's at a minimum. Because what happened to the guy with the fractured skull? Was that in Minnesota? The guy who supposedly bashed his head into a wall multiple times, his own head? What happened to the thousands of people missing from Alligator Alcatraz? This is just an efficient way to handle what Alligator Alcatraz did. Who throws rocks at ICE agents? They throw rocks at the people. Like, I don't know who they are, but they throw rocks at people who are violating people's rights. Their First and Second and Fourth and Fifth and Sixth and Eighth Amendment rights. Oh, you libtards. You hate constitutional rights and you call others libtards. Incredible. Libtards trying to protect other people's rights. You know, it would be cool if you protected other people's rights, but you don't care about other people's rights, I guess. Who deserves rights, Trump? We need so bad 2024. I'll allow it, Elaney. It's a lot of time to answer the question, who deserves rights? Nick Shirley is a tool of fascists. Poor kid. It's just being taken advantage of. Who deserves rights, Trump? We need so bad. I don't know what Nick Shirley has to do with that question. Liddy Bros. There's nothing in the law that provisions ICE to execute people in the street for throwing rocks, even were throwing rocks as ubiquitous an issue as the trumpet here suggests. I mean, yeah, exactly. You think everyone is a Nazi that unhealthy? I don't think everyone's a Nazi. You won't answer the question, who deserves rights? You a coward? This is being shared by Mueller, she wrote. Where is this coming from? I mean, we absolutely know that they are buying these concentration camp sites all across the country. 10,000 person tent camps. I am actually an attorney, yes. Why? Well, Eleni, Trump we need so bad doesn't think that those minors deserve rights. Hey, Trump we need so bad 2024. Either man up and tell me who deserves rights or get the fuck out, dude. Just aspire to be a Nazi. He likes his daddy a different flavor. Don't see many on Twitch with a legal background is all. I know, and I think that's a real shame. I get a kick out of a lot of debate content, and I think that there are too many people out here who don't have any kind of legal background. Because I see a lot of arguments go by in these debate streams where I'm just like, dude, challenge him on that. I didn't say I think you're a Nazi. I said you like your daddy a different flavor. You are pro-fascist, indeed. Your fascist daddy doesn't claim to be a socialist like the Nazis. Hey, Trump, we need so bad 2024. In your next post, in your next 2 posts, since you might be typing one already, in your next 2 posts, you need to fucking tell me who deserves rights, or I'm just going to ban you. You okay? Okay. How much education did you need to come up with that Trump we need so bad 2024? You got 1 shot left. He's a fucking coward. He needs his daddy Trump to protect him. Or he will feel insecure. All right. Bye. Couldn't answer the question. I told him. I fucking told him. You do win, Elaney. That was yours. All right, back to this. Can I do a Control F? No, it's not in here. Description? No. I do need to find the evidence of this incinerator claim if I'm going to be so upset about it. Yeah, that's not an answer to the question, though. That's a coward's move. It is categorically insane. Illegal immigrants don't deserve rights? Any rights? At all? He didn't answer. I don't consider that an answer. It didn't answer who deserves them. He said one group of people that he doesn't think deserves any rights at all. He otherwise did not answer the question. No, he didn't answer. He did not. Also failure to... Well, this wasn't a question about who has a legal entitlement to rights. This was about who deserves rights. And he couldn't answer the fucking question. Well, hold on. Is there more to this? Or is there more to this article? Documents reveal a clinical blueprint for a new sprawling network of facilities. This isn't about just about bed space. It's about rapid deployment of self-contained cities. Oh, motherfucker. I don't have Excel. International jaywalking. Good point, Sock now. I like that. This is jaywalking. Are you going to upload the Excel file or not? Oh, there we go. Did this come from the sam.gov website, though? It seems to be. Well, this doesn't really help me at all. It doesn't help me at all. Well, I really should go to bed, but now I really want to find this shit. What is this? African Contract Solutions. This is not helpful. Am I missing like a document on this website? Inactive. I mean, if somebody else can find the requirements for this contract, I would appreciate that. Ooh, okay. I just want the form. Oh boy. Here we go. Here we go. If anybody's still here with me. What practice area do I work in, and is it litigation or transaction? I'm trying to move back to litigation, but currently I work in Medicaid consulting for hospitals, which often gets me involved with state governments. What am I looking for? The contractor shall collect, segregate, store, manage, recover, and dispose of non-hazardous solid waste, generally recognized as garbage or general refuse. When activated as workload, the contractor shall dispose of non-hazardous waste using an approved non-hazardous incinerator. That's not for medical waste. There we go. The contractor shall collect, store, and manage regulated medical waste. When activated as workload, the contractor shall dispose of medical waste using an approved medical waste incinerator using a trained operator. Operator must be licensed and or certified. The contractor shall dispose of medical waste using an approved and regulated medical waste incinerator. The contract's incinerator operators are trained on proper. So yeah, it's official. They are building concentration camps with incinerators on site for medical waste disposal. Oh, wow. Leah Passaniti, thank you. Welcome in. Y'all are catching me at the tail end, but I am happy to have everybody here. We were just covering that the Trump administration is buying up sites for 10,000 person tent city concentration camps across the country, and those concentration camps are to contain medical waste incinerators, which, if you know anything about what happened at Alligator Alcatraz, does not bode well for the future of our country. It's incredibly dystopian, Leah. Whoa. Reading that, I had to sit in silence for a good long while. I was about to tear up. That's rough. It's really rough. And somebody asked me for evidence that this was the case, so I went onto the sam.gov website myself. We pulled up an official sam.gov contract. This is it. This is them telling contractors. Leah, can I ask what you stream? If you're still here? But this is it. This is an official government contract for a concentration camp with a medical incinerator, unofficially to dispose of people that are brutalized to death. Welcome new people to the channel. Ah, boy. I have to save this one too. I did. It's saved already. Boy. Well, that being said, before I do my usual sign off, does anybody have anyone that they would like me to raid? I don't even know how many people I've got in chat right now. We got 15 people. Wow. Is a medical incinerator equipped to dispose of corpses? I mean, any incinerator is equipped to dispose of corpses. Depends on how quickly you dispose of them. Maddie, you're here. You have not been present for the entire talk of incinerators. Oh, the contract? Yeah, I'll throw that up there. Into the Discord it goes. I'll put that in grievances for the Declaration of Independence. U.S. contracting for concentration camps with medical waste incinerators. Bottom PDF link. Cool. Maddie, I love how often you fall asleep to this stream. That warms my heart. When I first read your post from last night, you're like, why am I up at 2:49 a.m.? It's like, is it because there wasn't a Sunday stream? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh, and Liddy Brews, hi. Wait. It says that you're a raider, but you were in the chat earlier. What? Did you come in to scout this out for Leah? Man. All right. Last call for Maddie is looking for somebody I should raid, right? I said, does anybody have someone I should raid? And Maddie goes, I'm awake. Huh. Well, if anybody wants to join the Discord, since the link keeps expiring, and that's on top of my list of things to do on an off night, is to fix that. Here is the Discord. No one you know? All right, last call for anybody who wants, who knows somebody who's streaming right now who they would like me to raid. I don't want to send y'all to anybody I'm not familiar with. Wow. Lots of politics streams with like one viewer. I'm feeling pretty good right now. Thank you guys. Thank you. This warms my heart. Bless your hearts. From a Texan. Okay, well, that'll do it for me, and I'm going to call it a night. I'll do my usual send-off. I'm Know Nothing Attorney. I know nothing so you can too, because it's only in embracing that we know nothing that we can actually learn anything. And that's what we aim to do here every time we're live. As always, I'm proud of you. I don't need to know you personally for that to be true, or for that to be real. It's true and you deserve to hear it. If only because life is hard. It's always been hard and it always will be hard. But the way you face each and every single day, the way you do, is remarkable. So stay remarkable. And I'll see y'all Wednesday night. Good night, everybody. Good night, Maddie.